If someone handed me $20,000 to launch a product today, I wouldn't build a prototype first, and I definitely wouldn't file a patent. After 30 years and over 2,000 product launches, I've learned this. The first dollar you spend is the most important decision you'll ever make because it sets the sequence for everything that follows. You build a business, get it wrong, and you fund an expensive mistake. So let me show you exactly how I break down that $20,000, phase by phase, and why I protect that budget from at every step. Point 1, the exact breakdown phase by phase. This is not a rough estimate. This is the exact sequence I would follow if I were starting from zero today, with one goal: get to a profitable launch without wasting a dollar. Phase 1, $2,500 to $3,500, would be patent research and white space analysis. Before anything ever gets designed, you find out where you can legally innovate. Skip this, you risk building something you can't sell. Phase 2, $3,000 to $4,500, a product evaluation. Now we validate, can it be built? Can it be manufactured? Will the unit economics actually work? Before a single CAD file opens. Phase 3, $5,000 to $7,000, concept development plus proof of concept. This is where your idea becomes real. Not a sketch, not a guess, a production, realistic concept that a factory can actually quote. Phase 4, $3,000 to $6,000, brand foundation or go-to-market strategy. This is where most inventors wait too long. You define who you're willing to sell to, where you're selling, how you're launching, before production, not after. Phase 5, $2,000 to $3,000, reserve. This is your survival buffer because reality always shows up. Compliance issues, material changes, unexpected iterations. The inventors who fail aren't the ones who overspend. They're the ones who had no buffer. Now here's the key. If your numbers shift slightly, that's fine, but never change the order because every phase here de-risks the next one. You're not spending $20,000 on a product. You're spending it on certainty. Most inventors skip phase 1 and 2 and dump everything into building. By the time they realize the mistake, the money is gone and the product still isn't viable. That's not bad luck. That's a sequence problem. Point 2, every dollar is buying risk elimination. Here's the mindset shift that changes everything. Successful inventors don't ask, how much does this cost? They ask, what does skipping this cost me? Completely different question, completely different outcome. Skip patent research, you don't save $3,000. You risk $15,000 to $30,000 in redesign costs when conflicts show up later. Skip product evaluation, you don't save $4,000. You lose your entire prototype budget when the economics don't work. Skip senior engineering, you don't save money. You gain false confidence from a prototype that doesn't match reality, and the factory is the one that tells you. Skip a go-to-market strategy, you don't save time. You build a real product with no way to sell it. A great product with no distribution is invisible. Here's the principle. Every dollar spent in phase 1 and 2 protects 3 to 5 times more money later. This isn't a cost structure. It's a risk elimination system. The inventors who get this stop seeing expenses and start seeing protection. If you want to see exactly how this breakdown applies to your product, the phases, the sequence, the real numbers, that's exactly what we walk through on a free strategy session. Link is in the description. Now let's talk about why most inventors get the next part completely backwards. Point 3, the inventor you become following this process. Now here's what nobody talks about. This isn't just about money. It's about who you become when you follow the right sequence. The inventor who validates first walks into every conversation differently with manufacturers, with investors, and with retailers. They're not pitching hope. They're presenting proof. They have validated feasibility, real unit economics, a clear go-to-market plan. That's not just a better product. That's a completely different level of credibility. I've seen the same idea succeed in one person's hands and fail in another's. Same product, same market, different outcome. Why? Because one person did the work that builds confidence. The other did the work that just felt like progress. The $20,000 isn't what changes your outcome. The sequence is. Because once you validate the business before you build the product, you never go back to guessing. A founder who knows exactly why it's going to work, that's the real return, not just a launchable product. A founder who knows exactly why it's going to work. So let's recap this. Patent research and evaluation first. Senior engineering second. Brand and go-to-market third. Reserve always. The sequence is a strategy. Most inventors treat $20,000 like a prototype budget. The ones that actually launched, they treat it like a de-risking budget. That one mindset shift is the difference between a product and a business. The inventors who win don't have bigger budgets. They make better decisions earlier, when mistakes are cheap and pivots are free. And here's the reality. Every week you spend without the right sequence, your budget is at risk. Not because the market is moving, but because the wrong first step compounds. The longer you wait, the more expensive it gets to fix. You now have the exact roadmap. The only question is, do you execute it alone or with a team that's done it over 2,000 times? Here's what I want you to take away. You know now where every dollar should go and why the order matters more than the amount. But a breakdown like this only gets you so far because the real variables depend on your product, your category, and your market. On a free strategy session with me, we'll take this exact framework and apply it to your idea. You'll walk away knowing which phases apply to you, what your real budget looks like, and whether your idea is ready to move forward. No guesswork, no generic advice, just a clear next step. Click the link in the description to book your call. And when you're done, watch the next video because I break down the hidden costs that quietly destroy budgets. Even after inventors get the sequence right, most people don't see them coming. That video makes sure you do.